Plenty of words are spoken on Independence Day about the men and women in uniform who have fought for our country. David Martin has been to see a one-man play called Beyond Glory, which tells several combat heroes' stories in their own words.
Bastards!
It begins at Pearl Harbor with Chief Petty Officer John Finn, scrambling to fight off Japanese dive bombers on the Day of Infamy. A desperate deed for which he would receive the Medal of Honor.
No, I'm madder than hell. I wasn't being courageous. All I was doing was I pissed off.
The actor Stephen Lang, best known for his role in the Hollywood blockbuster Avatar, portrays 8 Medal of Honor recipients in the one-man play Beyond Glory, using their own words as recorded in this oral history.
These are stories that people might not otherwise know unless I tell them.
Like that of James Stockdale, who was unknown to many Americans until he made this awkward attempt to introduce himself in a nationally televised debate.
Who am I? Why am I here?
When you say Jim Stockdale to people of our generation, they think of a man who ran for vice president on the ticket with Ross Perot in 1992. And what they think of is a debate in which Admiral Stockdale looked like a deer lost in the headlights.
No!
The Stockdale Lang brings to the stage was a Navy pilot shot down over North Vietnam.
I spent the next 7.5 years as a prisoner of war.
15 times undergoing torture in which his body was wrenched into excruciating positions.
And then they begin to pull on those ropes from several directions. They're pulling you over at the same time your arm's getting splayed back till your breastbone's on the verge of cracking. You're actually...
For Stockdale, there was no battlefield adrenaline to see him through, only a stoic determination to never give in.
It's just a question of Reagan sucking it up and holding on and saying, this is gonna hurt. All right, let it hurt.
Day after day.
Day after day, no end in sight.
I deserted the U.S. Army.
The stories of uncommon valor change with each man, but in one way, they're all the same.
You're being asked, not ordered, but just asked by the fact that you're there to do stuff that no soldier really should have to do. That's why it's the Medal of Honor, because if you didn't do it, nobody would hold it against you.
Infantry! Ha!
Lang has performed Beyond Glory hundreds of times to troops around the world and in community theaters across the country.
I never could have anticipated that this play would give me what it's given me.
Thank you. Good night.
Especially with Stockdale. As a Navy flyer, I know.
For him, the best part of the show is what happens afterwards in the lobby.
Thanks for coming, gentlemen. We're going to have a picture done.
Thank you. Thank you. I think you're great for your country.
Yes. In Okinawa and the infantry. The appreciation that I get back from veterans, from theater goers, civilians, and from families of service men and women, they're the most energizing things in the world.
Until they saw the play, most audiences had no idea how long it has taken for this country to recognize the courage of some of its citizens.
One of our most precious rights, the right to vote, will be without meaning.
Long before he was a member of the Senate Watergate Committee, Daniel Inouye fought in World War II as part of the 442nd Regiment, made up entirely of Japanese Americans, a unit that became known as the Expendables.
The casualty rate of the 442nd was the highest casualty rate of any unit in the entire United States Armed Forces.
Inouye lost his right arm to a grenade, yet fought on against the Germans.
I picked up my Tommy gun with my left hand. Mind you, my right is gone, and I charged, and I guess I took out several gun emplacements, and I was wounded again in the legs this time, and they wanted to evacuate me, and I said, no, no, no.
Because of his Japanese heritage and the racism that was such a part of World War II, Inouye and 21 other Asian Americans did not receive the Medal of Honor until the year 2000.
Rarely has a nation been so well served by a people it had so ill-treated.
The same could be said for African American soldiers who fought in World War II. It would be half a century before 7 men from the all-black Buffalo Division were finally honored. By then, only one, Vernon Baker, was still alive, and amazingly, not bitter.
I have no complaints. Look,
This was the only country I had.
And I felt in my heart that things would get better, that America, the United States, was growing up.
Take a look at Vernon Baker's face, and you can see it's not about glory.
Vernon Baker is receiving that medal himself, those men, and the Buffalo Division, and for every African American who fought on behalf of this country.